Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to the Bimmer barn. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the front control arm bushings on your E90 or E92, and we're also going to be doing the tension strut bushings and the sway bar bushings. We have upgrades from PowerFlex today to install that are made out of polyurethane, so we don't have to worry about these bushings failing in the future. And if you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel down below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight to work. Now we're going to be doing these upgrades on my 335i converted wagon today because the front control arm bushings are shot, and we have some really good upgrades to do from PowerFlex. We have to start by getting the car in the air so we can get the wheels off, and then we're going to remove the control arms. Although you don't have to replace these bushings, it's just going to make it a lot easier for me to show you over on the bench. So let's go ahead now and get the car in the air. Now with the wheels off, we've got better access to the control arms, and I'm actually missing the fender liner right here because I need to get one for the 335i, which has the cutout for the oil cooler. But you can see the 18mm bolt that holds the control arm bushing on, and then over here on the axle side, there's gonna be a 21mm nut, which holds the control arm to the axle. And the same is gonna go for this tension strut right here. There's an 18mm with a nut on the back side, and then a 21mm that you're gonna get from up top to get the tension strut out. Like I said, you don't have to remove these to change the bushings inside of them, but I do think it's a lot easier to do it, and it's easier for me to show you. So let's go ahead and remove these really quick and then bring them to the bench. So we're going to start with the front control arm here because it's the biggest one, so the hardest to tackle, I guess. I believe that these are new aftermarket control arms, so the bushings in them aren't completely shot, but I do think that, you know, we were having a little bit of a ride issue in the front, and these things do not look as stiff as they should be. So we're going to start by pressing this out, and let me go ahead and grab my toolkit. So I'll put a link to this kit in the description below, but essentially what we need to do is size up 2 cups, one that's going to fit over the outside of the bushing, and then one that's going to fit sort of exactly the same diameter as the bushing, or a little bit thinner because we do want it to slip through the control arm perfectly fine. I think we have our winner right here. You can see it and the bushing are about the same diameter, and it'll go through this one perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and grab one of these threaded rods, and the nuts on either side are going to compress and press the bushing out. Let's go ahead and get it done. Alright, now we've got our new PowerFlex bushing right here to install, and it's as simple as just squeezing it into both sides. And I really like this bushing because the design of it has a similar geometry to what the factory M3 bushing would look like, which is complete rubber. It's like a solid rubber bushing, exactly in this shape. Whereas this one, you know, the 335 factory bushings, they have like hollow spots to, you know, provide more dampening and less road noise into the cabin of the car. But it also creates a bushing that doesn't last as long, and as a result, it doesn't handle as well. So let me go ahead and press these in by hand, and then we'll put a little bit of grease, the silicone grease that they have, and that'll ensure that once it goes in here, there's no squeaking, because this dowel here is going to remain stationary in the subframe, and the suspension is going to move around it. Another really cool thing about these bushings is because they don't have like a fully integrated or like a fully solid bushing, there is no preload for you to adjust or put on them. So it's as simple as installing the bushing, throwing it in the car, and just tightening it down. So let's go ahead and get to work, and then in a second we'll do the other control arm. Now here we have the front tension strut, and you'll see that the bushing is asymmetrical, so it kind of points off in one way. And I went and added an arrow to the control arm here because when we remove this bushing, we need to install the new one from PowerFlex in the same manner. It's also going to have an offset to that particular bushing. So we can't use these cups anymore because they're not the right size. But let's go ahead and find the right size ones for this tension strut, and then we'll go ahead and pop the bushing out and then show you the PowerFlex one. All right, so now with our old bushing removed, you can see it comparing to the new one, similar design, and the dowel on the PowerFlex bushing, you see that it is offset as well. And it's two-piece, so you go ahead and you insert it into the bushing in one end, and you sandwich it with this washer on the other side. So now all we have to worry about is getting the bushing into the arm itself with the correct orientation, of course. And I think that we're going to do that by reusing the bushing removal tool to compress the new one in. And you could probably do the same thing just to install the new bushing as if you had like an OEM one, but we're going to be upgrading with the ones from PowerFlex today. So let's go ahead and get to work. And of course, as I was doing the second one here, you see the bushing is still in. I think this is probably like an original control arm or older because you can see the rust there. But look what happened here, guys. Literally snapped this stud. And you know what, I would maybe think to complain, but no, this kit has been through a lot with me. I wasn't exactly the easiest on it when I first got the kit, and yeah, I'm just not surprised that it broke after this bushing is super seized in. So we're gonna go ahead and take this control arm to my friend's shop, get it pressed out using a hydraulic press, something that I would love to get one day, and then we'll get back to installing things on the car and get back to work. All right, so we've got all of our control arms installed with those fresh PowerFlex bushings, and I have just one more thing to install, and that's gonna be those sway bar bushings. So really quickly, before we do install these, I want to mention that these come in a couple of different sizes. Here I have the 26.5 millimeter sway bar, so that is the corresponding bushing that we have. I'd recommend measuring yours or doing a quick Google to see which sway bar your car came equipped with. But now that we know that there's a difference and we've got the correct sway bar bushings here, well, let's go ahead and install on the car, and then we'll go for a test drive. So there we are, all the bushings are finally installed, and they were really easy to get in as well. I'd say just one of the tricky things about doing the front tension struts is that you kind of have to compress the spacer and the dowel together to get them to fit in the subframe. But once you do get them in there, everything else bolts up just like factory. And the car right now, I think it handles great. This is the second 335i that I've done the front control arm bushings on with PowerFlex, both of the control arms that is. And I love the way that the steering feels very, very sharp. No more of that sloppiness that you would get from the rubber bushings, no more clunking noises, anything like that. So really a great upgrade. And something that people ask me all the time is if they should do polyurethane on their car, what sort of effect it has on like the noise and the vibrations and stuff. And honestly, I would say that doing polyurethane upgrades is perfectly fine to do on a street car. Although they are more centered towards track builds and performance, I think it's perfectly fine. I don't feel a huge difference in the noise inside the car here, although I will say that there's a little bit of that vibration coming from the road when we're like on a bad surface, but I think that's to be expected, and it's not nearly as bad as if you had done fully solid bushings. So definitely worth it to do. They're a little bit cheaper than doing the rubber bushings, I believe. In some cases, yes, in some cases not. But at the end of the day, it made a huge difference in how the car drives, and now we don't have to worry about those bushings failing in the future. So that's gonna conclude our video for today, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and hopefully you learned something as well. I'll have links to all the tools that I used in today's video, as well as these bushings from PowerFlex down in the description below. So be sure to check these things out, and they have tons of different bushings for all sorts of applications. So if you're interested in doing polyurethane upgrades on your BMW, definitely go check out their website. So be sure to leave a like or a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't yet. And as always, I hope everyone has an amazing day. We will see you next time.